We are back with some Texans legacy franchise, and we have the bye week video. Probably going to be a pretty shorter bye week video just because it's on the earlier side of bye weeks. We're not that deep in the season. We can't look at the playoffs schedule yet or awards. So, got a pretty early bye week. It comes at a decent time because we do have a injury on one of our offensive linemen. Whoa, what is this? He must got hurt in practice, so I guess thank God we have a bye week. Damn. Anthony Barr getting hurt, so Kenyon Green will be just missing one more game. He will miss next week's game against the Cleveland Browns, which is a big game. It was a very close game last time we played him. He made the playoffs, obviously, so that's a big, important game for the AFC side there. Can get that tiebreaker and hopefully remain undefeated. We're sitting at 6-0, top of the division. Beat the Jags. You're heading into the bye, which is a big win. Jags are sitting at 4-2. Kind of a two-headed race. I know the Colts did this last year where they started off a little rough and then he ended the season on a massive win streak. So unless, that happens, it's looking like the South this year is going to be either me or the Texans. Let's take a look at our bye week, discuss our plan here. Definitely going to relax. Team bonding, retreat, stay grinding, self-scouting, huh? Awareness minus stamina. Plus morale minus awareness. The team bonding retreat, I think that's the way to go. Get the morale up. Take everyone's mind off football. Calm it down. And just keep everyone happy, especially since we're undefeated. So we'll take that. We did re-sign one player. We'll talk about re-signs as well. We re-signed our backup outside or defensive end, 1 year, $5.2 million. It was a little bit on the higher side for a backup, but I think it's definitely worth it. He's a solid backup. Keep him around. There's not many players I'm open to re-signing, and as you can see, our 2024 cap room is insane. Like, we could go wild in this next offseason with the amount of cash flow we got bringing in. Desmond, going to try to replace him. His re-sign interest also is super low, so I don't even know if I'd be able to re-sign him. He's going to be going. Ioannidis, he's been okay. He's been solid. Him and Malik Collins, solid players. They're getting up there in age. Ioannidis is 29, Malik Collins at 28. I think I'm going to try to get younger at this position, draft a guy early in one of my earlier round picks, and potentially sign a free agent at the defensive tackle spot. I might keep one of them. We'll just have to see how the end of the season goes. But as of now, I'm leaning to not signing any of them, drafting a young guy, and trying to develop him with one of my first round picks, and picking up a vet or something to fill a spot for the next season, or maybe even draft 2 defensive tackles. Not too sure. Steven Nelson, another old guy, letting him go. Jerry Hughes, same thing, bench player, another old guy. His re-sign interest is pretty high, but no point in re-signing him. My punter, I'll probably end up re-signing. He's solid. He's getting up there in age, but the re-sign interest is kind of low, so that's a little worrying. He might not want to stay with us. Definitely going to re-sign our right guard. That's one that needs to be locked up. He only wants 1 year. This is one where I might give him a player-friendly deal just to get him re-signed for 2 years. We'll have to see. Justin Britt, letting go probably. Titus Howard, I might keep him just as a backup. Not sure. Kirksey probably let go. Kaimi, definitely going to re-sign him. Eric Murray's been a solid backup. Probably re-sign him. These are all backups. We're looking at potentially $100 million to spend in the offseason, which is just ridiculous because we had not even half that for our first offseason, and we brought in some very, very good talent. So I think we had 40 or maybe a little under 40. It was around 40 million we had. So we have a shitload of money to spend, which will be great. We'll take a look at some stats here, how our team's looking so far. Emmett Walters, 1,797 yards. He is 119 for 180, 16 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Decent ratio, a little over 2 touchdowns to picks. Sacked 17 times, not too bad. What's his average QBR? I didn't see that. 112, much, much higher. And I don't even think Davis Mills was over 100. So far the rookie playing fantastic. Dameon Pierce, we have not been able to run the ball as well. Part of it maybe because I'm passing more, and probably part of it because our offensive line just can't stay healthy. So Dameon Pierce, 105 attempts, 403 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns for him. We got Darian Gibson with 40 carries, 215 yards, no touchdowns for him. I don't think he has any touchdowns yet. Emmett, 11 for 19 with 2 rushing touchdowns. Fumbled twice. He started off a little bit with some fumbleitis, but yet to fumble, so good to see. We got Coleman on a couple end arounds, and we even got the fullback with the carry, so not too bad. I like kind of how we've been splitting up the rushing attempts with, Dameon Pierce getting about like 65% of the carries. I like that. That's a good number. Maybe we could sneak in a little bit more Darian because his average is a little bit better, and he's just got that change of pace that can help out. So we'll see. We'll see. Both of our rookies were leading the way. This one surprised me though. Mr. Coleman in the slot, leading us in receptions with 31, 490 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. We got Thurman Grimes, the first-round wide receiver, 21 receptions, 400 yards, with 5 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, 23 receptions, 353 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He's been a touchdown machine. Brevin's been okay, not too bad, 21 for 339 and 1. Gibson out of the backfield, 14 for 127. Pierce has a couple snags, and Andy also has a touchdown. But nice to see the rookies developing, and really nice to see Brandon Cooks doing something, because he was really bad for us last season. He was very, very bad. Sacks allowed, Isaiah went with 4, Tunzel with 3. The rest, not too shabby, not too shabby. Defensively, our sack leader is the GOAT, George Rose, the rookie. Apparently, he's also a monster, too. He's got 6.5 sacks so far through 6 games. So he's averaging over a sack a game, which is fantastic. I would not have expected him to be doing that, but here he is doing it. Christian Harris has 3.5, Jonathan with 3.5, Malik with 2, Anthony Barr with a sack and a half, Ioannidis with 1.5, Deshaun with a sack, Spencer Lewis with a sack, and Kirksey with a sack. Our pick leader, I was going to say it has to be Derek Stingley with 5. Right behind him, though, Tariq Woolen, 4. Just got bumped up to star dev. They added him to star dev, but it didn't save, so someone has to go in and edit him again, so hopefully it eventually saves to get him at star dev. Deshaun with 3. We got a lot of picks so far. Jalen with 3, Christian with 2, Arnold with 2, and Anthony Barr with 1. How many forced fumbles do we got? We got a couple, I think. Derek's got 2, Jalen with 1, George has 1 as well, Monster, Ioannidis, and Spencer Lewis. We got quite a bit of touchdowns, too, don't we? I think we got 3 defensive touchdowns. Damn, we got more than I thought. Tariq's got 2, Stingley's got 1, Jalen's got 1, and Deshaun. So we have 5 defensive scores. I didn't think we were on fire like that, but okay. Missed 1 field goal on and then the block was an extra point, but missed 1 field goal, 1 extra point. Not too bad there. Punted, punter does what punters do. Had a 37-yard kick return, which was nice to see, but we want to see some big gains a little bit more consistently. Punts, nothing too crazy on punts. But we'll take a look at the league leaders in some yards and stuff. We'll start, that's the NFC. There we go. So passing leader, we got Tom Brady, 2,568 yards. The touchdown leader is Mahomes. Look at this, though. The general, he's kind of dealing with the general. 22-3 for the Broncos. He's making things happen over there. Just going to get done with us, I guess. Our rushing leader is Melvin Bradley on the Dolphins. Touchdown leader, Derrick Henry, tied with Zeke and Josh Jacobs, all with 8. Receptions leader is George Pickens with 46, and the yards leader is Marquez Webster. That's the 99 speed guy, I'm pretty sure, on the Jags. Looks like the touchdown leader as well. Yep, tied with Kelsey, Higgins, and Albert O. Blocking, who's the shittiest lineman? Nick Gates with 9. Unfortunate, man's getting slaughtered. Tackle leader, Fred Warner. Really no surprise there. Tackle for loss leader is Cameron Jordan with 20. That's crazy. 13.5 for Myles Garrett. 13.5 for Vaughn. 6.5, for some reason, he's not showing up here. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's the 6th highest as a rookie. So, I mean, you can't really complain about that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's look at the pick leader. It's got to be Stingley, right? Damn. These dudes be getting picks. I thought 5 was for sure going to be up there, but it's really not that close. A lot of picks. God damn. Any kick returns or punt returns for touchdowns? I always like to see, well, obviously the one on me, which was so crazy. Oh, this is just straight punters. What am I doing here? Kick returns, there's a lot. 2 for Anthony Schwartz, and 3 for the Browns. Okay, so now we got to key in on special teams. We got to lock in on special teams next week. If he's got 3, and obviously Marquez got the one against us, which was just a 92. I mean, that's crazy. That's just freaking insane. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else we can talk about. We can talk about our schedule moving forward. If we can get through the Browns and stay undefeated, we have a couple big games down the stretch. The Browns one is important due to tiebreakers. We got the Jags again. If we could sweep the Jags, it'd be looking really good for the division. The Chiefs, that's another one that can come down to a tiebreaker at the end of the season. Other than that, I mean, obviously these are some tough opponents. The Buccaneers are good, the Panthers are good, but they're the NFC. If I handle my business against the AFC guys, the NFC games don't matter as much because I've got the tiebreakers over the AFC guys, but so far so good. I think the Broncos also are undefeated. We can look at the standings. Excuse me. So I don't think I'm the only undefeated team. Yeah, there's a couple. AFC side, Broncos, yep, 7-0. Browns are 5-1. So it's a tough game next week. That's going to be a very tough one. The Chiefs have 2 L's, I think both to the Broncos. So the Broncos on a good start. NFC, there is one undefeated team with the Cowboys. Well, I guess we can look at the division leaders. So Browns 5-1, ahead of the division. Bengals 4-2, Steelers 3-4, Rams 2-4. There's our division. The Beals, ooh, this one's pretty tight. 5-2, Dolphins 4-2, Jets 4-3. The Broncos won. Broncos probably starting to pull away, especially now with the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. So that's going to be a tough one for the Chiefs to come back unless the Broncos just collapse. This one's between the Lions and the Vikings. Bears and Packers yet to get a win. This one's pretty much anyone. Falcons 4-2, Panthers 3-2, Saints 3-3, Bucks 2-4. The East 6-0, Cowboys 4-3, Eagles 3-4, Commanders, the Giants without a win. This one's three-legged race here too. 49ers 4-2, Rams 4-3, Cardinals 3-2, and that is that for the NFL schedule. And I think that'll be it for. I mean, I guess we can go over some salaries next season. I guess just because I don't want to spend all my money, this offseason. We do have some pretty important people to sign the following year, so I'll show you guys a couple of them. At least if I remember correctly, there was. Like Brevin, that's an interesting one. At the rate he's going, I don't think I want to re-sign him, but you never know. I swear, Brandon Cooks, that's the one I was thinking of. Probably going to let him walk. I might try to trade him too in the offseason. I'm not too sure. Year 3 is the one. Okay, year 3. I knew there was something. So year 2, we don't have to do too much money, but year 3 is the big one. We got Christian Harris up for contract, Tariq Woolen, Kenyon Green, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, Damian Pierce, George Rose, Darian Gibson, all the rookies, Emmett Walter. Well, that's 4 years, but we're going to be handing out a lot of cash. So we got to be smart. We can't spend all $100 million. We can spend a good portion of it because year 2 we aren't going to be spending much money as well. But or year 3, I mean, we're not going to be spending much money. But year 3 or year 4. Is where it's going to come down to a lot of cash being handed out. With all these guys, they're going to be devved up probably pretty high. So we have a small window to make some moves, and then we really got to focus on the future. But that is that for the bye week video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.